Hey, this is Kenneth, and I'm going to do a follow-up on my bandsaw tutorial that I just showed you. I got a couple questions in the comments as to how exactly to change the bandsaw out of the tool. I glanced by that in the first tutorial. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. This is a Rockwell bandsaw, and regardless of what brand of bandsaw you get, when you first get it, read the entire user's manual and save it, because this has lots of very good pictures, very clear instructions, and lots of important safety advice. Alright? So that being said, when you first go to change the bandsaw, make sure that it's unplugged. My dad almost lost his hand once because he didn't unplug a device, and my sister, who was little at the time, went up and accidentally pushed one of the buttons. Bad deal. So, keep it unplugged. Opening it's real easy. The bottom and top covers here are just little drawer pulls. I'm going to tape them open for you. And so there's the bandsaw. It comes up here on this top wheel, goes through the table, and then goes down to the bottom wheel. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to release the tension on the blade, remove it from the wheels and extricate it out of the table, and then we'll be able to put the new one in absolutely reverse. Alright? So, using the tension adjust on the back, which I showed you already, you can sit here and loosen the tension. And what this does is this lowers this top wheel. I'm trying to do this offhanded here, it's a little awkward. There we go. So you can see that the blade is now loose in here. Now to extricate it from the table, you have to remove this insert, the table adjustment pin, which is that, and you'll just have to flip down the dust cover down here. It again just has a little clip, it unclips, it swings down. Now in one very careful fluid motion, you can take the entire blade and it can come out. When you remove the blade, be careful that you do not kink it, because this is very hard steel, and if you kink it, it will never quite run well again. So there's the blade, alright? So now, let's say we were getting a different blade. I'm just going to reinstall this one just to show you how to get it back on. It's the exact opposite process. Thread it on. Put it on the top wheel, feed it through there, bottom wheel, and make sure that the teeth are facing forward. Got to get it through all these little blocks in the guide, and there it is. It's placed in. Now, before you turn the tool back on, you're going to have to retension it, and then you're going to have to reset the tracking on the blade. Is these wheels are actually a little bit domed, and so it's actually a very clever system where the band is going to want to naturally sit on the middle of the wheel, but we're going to have to set up the wheels at the right angle to do that. Alright, now we're looking at the back of the tool. So here's the tension adjust that I've used to loosen the band, remove the band, replace the band, and I've now retensioned the new band to its appropriate tightness. So this is a 1/2-inch blade, and so I turned it until the spring compressed to where it went to the 1/2-inch marker. Right below this is the tracking adjust pin. So what you do, before you turn the machine on, because the tracking will always inevitably be wrong, what you want to do is by hand spin the top wheel. And while you're spinning it, look at the bandsaw. You'll see it either staying in the right place, creeping forward, or creeping backwards. Alright? It won't be right. You'll have to adjust it even if you take the same blade off and put it back on just like I did. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to spin it slowly, and the blade's creeping a little bit forward. So what I want to do is I want to tilt this top wheel towards the back of the machine a little bit so that it'll pull the blade that way. To do that, I loosen the thumb screw on this, it's got a set screw on it, and then I move it in, tighten it, just like a 1/16 of a turn. Alright? And I spin it. And I can see the blade has now moved back a little bit to a more natural position, closer to where it should be. It's not quite there yet. So I'll tighten it another 1/16 of a turn. Alright, about one more. And that blade's sitting right where it should be on it. So now that the tracking's correct, I can tighten this down, close it up, and I'm ready to cut with the new blade. Now, once you finish taking the old blade off and putting the new blade on your bandsaw, it's important that you store the blades correctly. If you store them just like this and just hang it, you'll inevitably kink the blade and that'll damage it and ruin it. So, there's a trick to this. What you do is with the blade facing away from you, step on it, and then grab it like this. You're now going to put 2 turns into it, and the whole thing will collapse just like those fancy car sunshades. Alright, so hold it like this, blades away from me so I don't cut myself, 2 twists, and there's the saw blade. Nice and small, it'll fit back in its box. I keep all of the blades stacked in their boxes in an old paper box. So this has been Kenneth showing you how to replace the blade on a bandsaw, how to adjust the tracking correctly, and then how to store your blades correctly once you're done.